Thursday, June 29, 2017. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. The new CEO of AIG, Brian Duperreault, suggested yesterday he's going to redirect the company's excess capital from share repurchases toward acquisitions if he can show them to be of value. He says shareholders want to see value creation. If I can present them something that is better value creation than a share buyback, I won't get a hard time. He said, I'd love to find great additions to the company. I think the important thing is that we look at companies that can make us better. Duperreault is reversing a strategy by Peter Hancock, the former CEO, who had set a target to repatriate about $25 billion of capital to shareholders by the end of the year. So this is the first big shift from Duperreault with AIG. They're turning from a repatriation firm to actually using that hoard of cash to go out and aggressively acquire new companies. Top 10 reinsurer Korean Re has extended its timeline on its proposed full-fledged Lloyd syndicate. It does not now expect to have a full-fledged operation in place until 2019. They had launched a special purpose arrangement with Beazley in 2015 as part of a broader strategic relationship. That's essentially a Lloyd sidecar. They had been looking at people such as Asta and Charles Taylor to act as a turnkey operation in order to incubate the project until it was ready to take off and become a full syndicate. Korean Re now said that they're going to push that off until 2019. In forceful remarks in front of the Bundestag yesterday, actually earlier today, German Chancellor Angela Merkel vowed to defend the international climate change agreement spurned by Donald Trump. This is in anticipation of the upcoming meeting at the G20 next week in Hamburg, Germany. Merkel said that since the U.S. announced that it would exit the Paris Agreement, we cannot expect any easy talks in Hamburg. Excuse me, the dissent is obvious. It would be dishonest to cover it up. We can't and will not wait until the last person on Earth is convinced of the scientific evidence for climate change. So this is going to be a very bumpy ride in Hamburg for President Trump. Following the bumpy ride in Hamburg, President Trump has accepted an invitation from new French President Macron, and Trump is going to go to Paris to help celebrate France's national holiday, Bastille Day, on July 14th. How he's going to be received there is anybody's guess, but he is wildly unpopular in France. Later in the day on July 14th, President Macron is going to travel to Nice to mark a more somber occasion. That's the one-year anniversary of the truck attack that killed 86 people. Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived with his wife in Hong Kong for a 3-day visit to mark 20 years since the territory was handed back to China by Britain. And for the past week, hundreds of activists have been arrested and detained, pro-democracy activists, so it's not expected that President Xi is going to face any public demonstrations against his presence there. British Prime Minister Theresa May promised earlier today that a public inquiry into the deadly London Tower fire, the Grenfell Tower, would leave no stone unturned. She announced that retired judge Martin Moore Bick is going to lead the inquiry. Police have said that exterior cladding, which was added last year to the Grenfell Tower, was responsible for spreading the fire. Checks carried out since the fire have shown 137 other tower blocks in the United Kingdom have failed the tests as well. The White House has set new criteria for visa applicants from 6 Muslim countries, requiring them to have close family or business ties to the U.S. The rules are going to go into effect tonight at 8 p.m. This will affect people coming in from Iran, Libya, Syria, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. According to the new rules, for the next 90 days, people coming from those 7 countries without a close relationship, defined as a parent, spouse, child, son, or daughter-in-law, or sibling, will not be able to get into the country. So this excludes grandparents, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, in-laws, and other extended family. Hundreds of striking Greek sanitation workers in Athens are making life very difficult there. There are triple-digit temperatures in Athens as the summer has begun. Garbage has now piled up in mountains as the 10-day strike goes on. They're protesting against austerity measures from the Athens government. Meanwhile, because of the smell that's going on and the plague of rats that are feasting on the garbage on the street, Athens authorities are advising residents to keep the rubbish indoors to avoid it becoming increasingly popular for rodents. So you have triple-digit temperatures, you have a pretty much lack of air conditioning amongst residential areas in Athens, and you've got mountains of garbage, and you have rats. Plus you have tourist season, a pretty noxious brew. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.